What's good? What's good? Salute everybody in the building. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Oh, golly. Mike J, what's good? What's good? You ready, Raider Nation? Ready for what? For the draft? Hold up, I gotta change this layout. What is going on? What is going on here? What is going on there? Weird. All right, what's good? What's good? Appreciate everybody pulling up. We are going to break down the running backs in this coming up draft 2025. See where they stand, where they line up, where they could be drafted, where they fit, who fits us. Also, some more rumors going around about Antonio Pierce's job status. We will get into that, break down that. What else we got? And pretty much that's it. We're just going to talk running backs. Tomorrow, same time, but it will not be college football. We will talk Tampa Bay Bucks. So join us for that. Shout out everybody in the chat. Appreciate you. Robert Pena, as always. Jackie, what's good? Mike J, appreciate you. Raiders. Yeah, I was running a little bit late, so no intro video. What? Let's see what you got to say. Hey, not going to make the stream, have practice, but tell me if you have something tomorrow. Salute, Brother Rebel. Appreciate you. Practice? What are you practicing? And yes, I will be on tomorrow, probably same time. I'm ready. Let's go. So, all right, let's get into this. Share screen. Which one? I hope this one. All right, yeah, here we go. All right. So, running backs in this year's draft. Man, there's a lot of running backs, kind of like the defensive ends. This draft is stacked. There's not no standout really truly number ones in many classes, but in this class, there is only one complete standout, and that is none other than Ashton Jeanty, Boise State. If y'all can hear me, give a thumbs up. Make sure I'm not talking to myself. Sure my mic's good. Like I said, I was running late, didn't get to test anything, so thumbs up if you can hear me. Appreciate you. Ashton Jeanty, man, the kid is just an absolute dog. As you can see, 2,002. Wait, what? That's not his yards already, is it really? 2,228 yards, 28 touchdowns, averaging 190 yards per game. Probably the only running back that's going to be drafted in the first round. Rick, what's good, my guy? The man has crazy vision. He has the wiggle for, just being a short little, not really short, but just a stout running back. Not big like some of these other guys, 6'1", 6'2", so he's a little bowling ball. Yards after the tackle is more than everybody on this list that we're going to break down except for one person, and that is North Carolina. Back over here. Marion Hampton, another absolute freak, has pretty much everything you need to be a running back, has good vision, has good wiggle, can make cuts. It just, you know, a lot of these are going to depend on what, is it a gap scheme? Is it a wide zone? Is it a power scheme? Where they're going to fit, how they're going to fit in. But the man has pretty impressive numbers for a junior. Again, there's no saying that any of these guys will come out. It depends, on where their draft stock is. And now with the NIL, and these guys getting paid to be in college, there's really no reason to rush, right? But you have to look at your age. You don't want a running back coming out of college, 25 years old, entering the NFL draft. Not many teams are going to be big on that. But number wise, as you could see, was 281. I don't know if that's carries or what. 1,660 yards, 15 touchdowns, averaging 138.3 a game. Not bad numbers. It's not some of these big schools like Ohio State or Michigan or Tennessee or Alabama that they're playing, but they're still playing pretty solid defenses. And, anything over 1,500 yards in college is a damn good season to me. He has pretty decent hands, can catch out of the backfield. Next up, they have, damn, I don't think these are in any order, but Taja Brooks out of Texas Tech, a senior running back. So more than likely will probably enter the draft unless, now you can have 2 years eligibility as a senior. So it's hard to say, but with this draft class, most of these guys will probably be entering as seniors. Man's got 286 carries, 1,505 yards, 17 tutties, 136 average. Not bad numbers. I don't really know much on this guy. I've seen him play, I think maybe 2 games this year. Looks like he has, pretty good vision, decent low center gravity, doesn't run with his pads too high. I don't know about his speed or burst. I don't have any of that information. I guess I can find it out really quick on me, but shit. Yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. Next, we have a quarterback. Yes, that's right, a quarterback. Army's quarterback, Bryson Daly. More numbers than his quarterback that's coming out of the draft this year. This kid is a freak of nature. He's 6 foot, 220 pounds. He might get drafted and somebody just take a chance, put him in the backfield and see what he's got in the offseason, in the preseason, throw him in there, see what he has. But this kid has, when it comes to running the ball, is just crazy. I'm not going to say like Christian McCaffrey 2.0 or no crazy shit like that, but the man definitely has strength. Able to carry guys, has good wiggle room, has good vision. But again, he's, a quarterback out of the shotgun running the football is going to give you a huge advantage. And he has a lot of carries for a quarterback, right? 239 rushing attempts, bro. That's just absolutely wild. In 10 games, even more wild, right? Next up, UFC or UCF, RJ Harvey. I don't really know much about this kid. I was trying to get film. I watched a little bit of film. He's a pretty solid running back. He's got strength, he's got quickness, he's got a good first step. But you don't see much, just watching a couple highlights. You don't know what he's, if he can pass block or any of that good stuff that running backs have to do, right? If he can catch out of the backfield, didn't get to see him, making too many plays like that. So shout out Tatty Raider. It was good. Was good. Appreciate you pulling up. So next up is Iowa running back Caleb Johnson. Pretty solid year for Caleb Johnson. In 12 games, 240 carries, 1,537 yards, 21 touchdowns, averaging 128 a game. That's just, I mean, crazy numbers. I think he had a couple big games that were over two or close to two. But yeah, there's been a lot of running backs that have just blasted out. Again, Iowa running back, I'm not going to lie to you, I do not know much about. I'm just trying to show what running backs are pretty much available, and then I'll break down what running backs we need to look at. Arizona State. This kid is just a beast, an absolute beast with the ball in his hand. He has had a couple problems holding onto the ball. Not major problems. They were just punched out, kind of like Dylan Labe had the ball punched out, but it's still no excuse. You got to be able to tuck the ball and hold onto the ball. But man, the man is just a freak when it comes to running the ball. He's small, low center of gravity, very low pad level, is not afraid of contact, will run over guys, got the ability to juke guys to make plays, out of the backfield. The kid is an absolute beast and could possibly be, one of those kind of Christian McCaffrey style guys. Now, I don't know what his 40 time is. Hold on, let me turn this. I gotta figure this shit out. I gotta figure this out. Give me a minute. All right, Kaboo. What we got? Kabuta is. What is this, man? All right, probably not. This is gonna be harder than I thought because every one of these guys on this list was before the beginning of the year, so that is not helping me. Anyways, as you can see from his carries, 1,398 carries, almost 1,400 yards, 17 touchdowns, dynamic in the red zone. Lawrence, what's good? Very solid ball carrier. Most of these guys are probably going to go fourth, fifth, or beyond. Skabutum, probably fourth round, fifth round, just depending on what team's needs are, when he's available on the board. Dylan Sampson. Now, this is another kid that has very good speed, has, miss capability, can run over people, can run around people, good hands out of the backfield. 22 touchdowns this season, 1,485 yards on 256 carries. Pretty good rushing average. Next up, Trace Stewart at a Jack State. I'm going to be honest with you, I have no idea who this kid even is. But let's break down the stats, I guess. 12 games, 237 carries, 1,400 yards, 20 touchdowns, averaging 116 a game. I mean, damn. Pretty solid, pretty solid. So I guess sometime next week, I'm going to have to do a breakdown of all these guys, complete stats with some highlights. Maybe just two alive or something. I don't know, 3 per live, something. We'll figure it out. We'll break them down. But I didn't get to watch any highlights on that guy. Next up, we have Rutgers. Kyle, I don't know. I'm not even going to try to say your last name, because I probably will screw it up. But he's got 256 carries with 1,279 yards, 13 touchdowns, averaging 116 a game. Not bad, not bad. Liberty, Quentin Coley know absolutely nothing about, but he's got 1,254 yards with 13 tutties. Not a very bad average, but I mean, Liberty, you don't know who they're playing. ULM, Ahmed Hardy, 237 carries, 1,351 yards, 13 tutties on 112 per game average. Pretty good numbers. I'm not going to not lie. I don't know who he is, but I have seen one game because the Razorbacks did play ULM. DJ Giddings, I have seen a couple games. This man is explosive. A lot of these backs are, bro. There's a lot of backs in this draft. If you need running backs like the Raiders do, and I know Seaon McCormick has stepped up and has showed he could be that guy. He deserves more than 12 carries a game, I do believe. But we still have to draft a running back. Like we need running backs. And we need explosive running backs. We need kind of like Detroit, right? We got to have a guy kind of like, Gibbs, where you don't have to worry about his pass protection because you're only going to put him in on third down or, you know, maybe first down once in a while, but most of the time it's third down that he's in there and he's coming out of the backfield, catching the ball or running the ball, and you don't have to worry about pass protection. And there's a lot of guys in here that pass blocking is very, pass protection is very, very, very bad. It can use some work, but they're rookies, and if they got a decent running back or veteran above them, and they don't have to start right away, then a lot of these guys are going to help a lot of teams. And we've seen from last year's draft, it wasn't a big explosive, off the board for running backs. They kind of went, you know, randomly here and there. I think the fourth round, they had a little bit of run on running backs. But I think almost all those dudes are getting, a little bit of playtime. Especially Audric Estime, man. I don't know how that kid is not getting more playtime over there in Denver. I thought that kid was an absolute dog. But Giddens, who we got? Makai Hughes from Tulane. I know absolutely nothing about this kid. 243 attempts, 1,300 yards, 15 touchdowns, 108 yards per game. Not bad, not bad. Memphis. Now, I've heard some things about this kid, and I've seen a couple highlight videos, but not enough, just eye candy. And of course, like I said, it's highlight videos. Everybody looks good on the highlight video, right? That's why they call it the highlight. But we got 219 in 12 games, 1,292 yards, 17 touchdowns. I mean, that's a damn good year, I'd say, for a running back. I don't know. A lot of these teams in college, too, also have 3 or 4 running backs, and they don't get, 20, they don't get 20, 30 carries a game. These are all, I mean, I guess if you added up 200 and something out of 13 games, I guess that's about 20 something carry a game. Marquez Cooper, San Diego State running back, 292 attempts. So this man is absolutely a workhorse, obviously. That's a lot of carries. 1,274 yards, 12 touchdowns, 106 a game. Next, we have the man Lawrence was just talking about, and a kid that I definitely like. I think we've seen him in the Colorado game. I don't know what other game I've seen him in, but the kid's another one of those little bowling balls, just bouncing off guys everywhere, dragging guys. Very good balance, low center gravity, could make plays, and as you can see, not many carries, 219, but he still has 1,266 yards with 16 touchdowns, averaging 105 per game. Not bad, not bad. Now, this is a guy that I mean, depending on how bad you need a running back, but in my opinion, he's in that tier two, definitely in the tier two, or first in the tier three. But I'd say definitely tier two. Like I think he's one of the top, definitely the top 10 running backs in this draft. He reminds you of Josh Jacobs. I don't know. Is he that thick? Had to think about how I was gonna say what I was trying to say, but is he that thick in the waist and in the hips? Because JJ Allen, that dude's got a big hips and those huge ass legs, and the dude doesn't look that big to me. But I guess on the field, I don't know. I said I haven't seen too many games, and I haven't seen him in person without pads on or anything. But the dude looks like a pretty built dude, and he's gone up against some pretty solid defenses, which definitely helps. He got low pad level, the ability to make people miss. Now, would I swing for the fences in the second round? Absolutely not. I mean, depending. No, we got a first, pretty high second round pick. So, I mean, if he's there in the third, I'd probably swing for that dude third, fourth. But I mean, I don't know. What we get Dylan Labe last year in the fifth, and he can't even get on the field. So it's horrible. Poor Dylan Labe. Oh my God. Basayul Tootin, Virginia Tech, 183. Why is it on there? All right, there we go. 183 attempts. Sorry. 1,159 yards, 15 touchdowns. Don't know much about him either. Baylor running back. Obviously, that team had a chance, to make it to the. Oh, no, that's not Baylor. It's BYU. I don't know shit about that dude. Auburn's running back. Auburn always has a pretty solid, good running back room. Doesn't look like a whole lot of attempts. I think they have two or three running backs over there. 187 attempts, 1,200 rushing yards, and 8 touchdowns, 100 a game. Another Jack State. Who is this Jack State? They must have a good ass running back room over there. They got two running backs with 1,000 yards. All right, I'm gonna have to go watch tape on both these kids. I don't know who both these kids are, but if you got two running backs with 1,000 yards, yeah, definitely worth taking a look at. 192 attempts. The other dude had two something. That's a whole lot of rushing. Obviously, they don't have a very good quarterback over there, but yeah, we're gonna have to break down that dude. New Mexico running back. These are all running backs with 1,000 yards. That's a lot, just a lot. 155 attempts, 1,166 yards, 19 touchdowns. That's pretty impressive. 19 touchdowns on 155 attempts with under 1,200 yards. That's a pretty solid running back, I would say. Oregon running back. Now, this dude was supposed to have a bigger year, but when your quarterback has 1,300 yards rushing or some crazy shit like that, you're probably not going to run the ball too much. Corey Smith was good, my guy. The other dude was a quarterback. Oh, New Mexico dude was a quarterback. Oh, Ty Huff was a quarterback. Got you. Good call. Good call. I thought there was only two quarterbacks in here. I guess there was more. Shit, both those guys. Dan Pierre from New Mexico too. Holy shit. 1,166 yards as a running back. All right. We're gonna have to break down some film on this kid also. Because I have to watch the tape. I mean, damn, both these guys had crazy 192 attempts with the 1,176 yards on 13 touchdowns. for a quarterback. Yeah, we'll have to break that down. Jordan James was one of those guys that was supposed to have a breakout year, but like I said, when your quarterback is playing like Dylan Gabriel is and has as many rushing attempts as Dylan Gabriel, it's kind of hard to get your hands on the ball. But I think 206 attempts is a lot of attempts. 1,166 yards, 13 touchdowns, 97 per game. Could be a third down back. I don't know if he's possible. The possibility to be you know, the load carrier, pause if necessary, or that number one guy, that gets most of the reps. SMU, Rashard Smith, just another bulldozer. 193, 1,157 yards, 14 touchdowns. Of course, SMU is SMU in the playoffs. Damn, I'm so far behind on everything. Do we know who the playoffs are yet, or is it we got to wait till next week till all the divisional championships? Corey Kinner, 204 attempts in 12 games, 1,153 yards, 4 tutties. Not very good. 96 yards a game. I mean, it's a good average. Not a whole lot of end zone or, taking it to the house prowess right there. But Southern Carolina running back, what's his name? Woody Marks. Woody Marks. 12 games. Damn, all these guys have played 12 games. So most of these running backs have at least have good endurance, right? Playing the whole entire season. 12 games, 198 attempts, 1,133 carries, 9 touchdowns, 94.4 per game. Rashal Faison, I don't know how you say that. 198 attempts, 1,100 yards pretty much, 8 tutties, 92 a carry. Oregon State running back, a junior, Anthony Hankerson. I know nothing about this kid absolutely at all. 232 attempts. Wait, is that the right guy? Yeah. 232 attempts. 1,000 yards, 15 touchdowns. Pretty good, pretty good. Clemson running back, 200 attempts. What's his name? Bill Mafa? I don't know. 200 carries. Damn, that's a lot of carries considering their quarterback runs the ball a lot too. 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Next up, we have Louisville, Isaac Brown, 147 attempts with 1,000 yards. That's a pretty solid average right there. Navy quarterback, another running quarterback, 133 attempts. Yeah, I don't think he's getting drafted. You know, maybe a UDFA somebody takes a shot that needs a mobile quarterback that can run first, but we shall see. I don't know about that kid, and I don't know if he's big enough to turn into a running back. But a lot of these guys kind of remind me of a Taysom Hill, right? Who just got hurt for the New Orleans Saints. You can bring him in on third down. You can bring him in, second down, run some college routes, right? Run some sweeps or some RPOs. Taysom Hill did pretty damn good before he got hurt. A lot of teams could use a guy like a Taysom Hill that you can mix around and move around. Do the Raiders? No, absolutely not. We need stability. What was I left on? Where did I leave out? Shit. Marks Harrison. Isaac Brown. Yeah. All right. Isaac Brown has 147 attempts with 1,074 yards with 11 touchdowns. Pretty solid. Navy quarterback. That's where I left off. Another junior. 895 yards, bro. That's crazy, but it is college, and you know these guys are definitely run first, probably Rich Gannon style offense. You know, past 5, 10, 15 yards. Hey, where the hell are the rest of the running backs? Lavian Moss out of Texas A&M is another one of those guys where you know there's 3 guys on the roster and they're constantly swapping out. Utah running back. None of these guys really stand out except for the top ones. Colorado State's running back, Avery Morrow, 166 attempts, 956 yards on 9 touchdowns. And last but not least, Jaquindon Jackson. Now, Jaquindon Jackson, unfortunately, has been banged up because the SEC is just a bunch of dogs out there, right? Just a bunch of pro-ready uh, defensive grown men that have been in college for a while that are, you know, ready for the pro level and already definitely have the size, the speed, and all the attributes. But this man in 10 games, 149 attempts, not a lot, 790 yards, 15 touchdowns, 79 yards a game. Now he played for Utah. I think he was at Texas before that, so he's transferred. But I think he finally found his home with Bobby Petrino. You know, he's a senior. I think he has one more year eligibility. He might come back. But out of all these running backs, these are definitely my top 3 or top 5. I'll go top 5. Not counting Ashton Genty because, like I said, he's my first tier. Definitely a first round running back. And if a team needs a running back, you know, and they pass on this guy, they're absolutely crazy because this dude has, I'm not saying he's Barry Sanders or, you know, anything like that, but he has the capability to be special like that. Absolutely special like that. So next, it would be, I think Hampton is in there. Where's all the Ohio State running backs? I don't know where the Ohio State running backs are. Neither one of them are on this list. Shit. All right, let's get into this. What do y'all got to say today? Welcome everybody for pulling up. I appreciate all of y'all. Yeah, the running back from Kansas, man, Devin Neal is he's definitely him, right? And definitely could be one of those guys to a Josh Jacobs type, you know, to carry the ball 30 plus times a game. I think he might be just a little quicker though. I don't know. Let me look up. Let me check out Mr. O'Neill's stats. Come on, man. I want 40 time. 40 time. Where's the damn 40 time? Anybody knows 40 time? What kind of shitty bio doesn't have a 40 time? Yeah, 5'11, 215. No 40 time, but 16 touchdowns. I mean, very impressive, averaging 5.8 yards a carry. So, Lawrence, what round would you take him in if you was the GM for the Las Vegas Raiders? We need to draft. We need to draft two or draft one and get one in free agency. I think we're definitely going the free agency route. I'm sure they're going to pick up, a youngin, but maybe not because you have Sincere McCormick on the roster who is showing flashes, getting the ball, getting some reps. Definitely, every time he gets a clip, the man's pretty impressive. You got Labe who hasn't really touched the ball. I don't think they bring back Amir Abdullah for another year. That's why he was signed to a 1-year contract. So I see him definitely going out and getting a veteran. Maybe taking a running back, probably fifth or sixth round like they did last year, kind of with like a Labe. But I definitely think we need to do something about the running back room. We need to bring in as many as possible. And I know, being in OTAs and shit, you don't really get too many reps if you have 5, 6 guys on the roster. It's not college football, right? You can't get them enough snaps. But I think we need to bring in as many guys as possible in OTAs and see where we stand. Because it seemed like last year they already had their guy, right? They already thought Zamir White and Madison was number one, number two, and they were pretty much named number one and number two before OTAs even started. And then we seen OTAs, we had no competition to compare ourselves against until we went up until we got in the preseason, and our running backs did not look good. They did not look good in preseason. None of them was a clear starter, and they still didn't go sign nobody. And there was a lot of problems with this team right from the get go that they just kind of ignored. And to me, that makes me seem like I don't know. Maybe they just weren't prepared to, or they just knew that this wasn't going to be the year and it was going to take time. Which AP has said that plenty of times. I get it. Reminds me of JJ. His running style, yeah, I like his Mr. Neal's running style. I take him with one of the thirds we got. I'd take him in the third. I'd definitely take him in the third. I'd take the North Carolina running back definitely in the third. I don't think any of these running backs are second round running backs. Maybe we'll see in the combine. If somebody comes and just blows, blows it out of the water with their 40 times, or any other shit they gotta do, their route running and shit like that. I think there's a lot of these guys, a lot of running backs that are gonna fly up the board, and I think it's the same in pretty much every position. I think there's a lot of position, even the quarterback room, where some of these guys are gonna shock some people come draft, come combine time and pro days. And we have 2/3. What do we have? The 60th and the 64th or some shit. I don't know. I don't even know where my phone is. But yeah, with 2 third rounds, a bunch of high draft picks. I mean, this team better not miss, right? I'm not gonna say we can't miss because it's the Raiders. All right, so we have pick 65 in the third round and pick 69. Viva the New York Giants. So 65 is what? 30, 60. I mean, that's shit. We got pretty high picks and everything. We pick 104 in the fourth round. We pick 140 in the fifth round. We pick 77 in the sixth round. We pick a complimentary pick. is 112 in the sixth round, and or 212. My bad. In the sixth round, and 216 in the sixth round, 219 in the seventh round. So almost all of our picks are pretty much at the top of the rounds. That's gonna be gigantic for us, bro. That's gonna be gigantic. The other one was a quarterback. Yes, I caught on that. Appreciate you. I like Jordan. Yeah, Jordan James. I think there's a lot of running backs in this draft that have, good burst, good low center gravity. They don't have, fumble problems. They hold on to the ball pretty well. But then there's a couple of guys in this draft that, are very explosive, very fast, guys that, once they get a half a step past you, you're not catching them because their wheels are just too much to keep up with. That's why I think we should. Oh, draft. I'm like, what the fuck is deeft? Draft two running backs. Let Zamir and Madison go from there. Oh, bro, both of those guys are gone. Zamir, I believe, was on his contract year this year, and it was not a good contract year. Those dudes are gone. Madison is gone. Those dudes are definitely cut as soon as we can start releasing people. They might wait, with Madison. I don't know what his contract situation is. They might have to wait a little bit to release him and not do it right away. But yeah, those guys are gone, bro, in my opinion. No, but I think he's faster than JJ. Yeah, if he's faster than JJ, then shit, that's a lock for a third. Absolutely. The running back from Ohio State. Yeah, I don't know. Hold on, let me change this up. This fucking stupid microphone out of my way. Um, I don't know what else to go to. Draft Buzz, but it's got so many damn fucking thingies. That's not the fuck I wanted. Damn, bro. Damn, bro. Damn, bro. What's good, LVR in the building? Appreciate you pulling up to the building. All right, let's try this. I don't know if this will work. Stop screen, add screen. No, this is just gonna be a bunch of ads. This is bullshit. Come on, go away. What the fuck? Trash, bro. Trash, bro. All right. Travion Henderson. I think this is not gonna work with these fucking ads, bro. Nope. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. That's just absolutely horrible. Hell no. All right, so yeah, what's the other one? Lipkin or some shit? I have to do this shit on my phone or something. All right, do it like this. Maybe I don't know. Fucking ads are ridiculous. So Henderson is 5'10", 208. He is a senior. He was voted 84th best running back or best player in the draft. But he shares time with this man. If I can find him. Fuck, these ads, bro, are ridiculous. Anybody know a site that doesn't have ads? life, bro. Quashawn Judkins, 6 foot 219. The man runs a fucking Jesus Christ, man. A 4.4940. Absolute blazing speed. Definitely needs to put on, a couple pounds in the weight room. But I think this kid definitely has a chance to be a number one overall back for a team. Could it be the Raiders? I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I don't know where you'd pick him up. Maybe fourth round, third, maybe with our second pick in the third round. But LVR, what's good, man? Who's your running back? Who's your number one running back in the draft? I know you aren't you a David Neal guy too? You said something about David Neal also. I like David Neal. This is bullshit. You can't put this up without ads, bro. All right, that's another guy I want to talk about. So one of my favorite running backs in this draft is Nicholas Singleton, 6 foot 227, 4.39 speed. The man can catch out of the backfield, Dylan Labe style, which we don't know how good that is because nobody's seen him catch in the NFL. They won't give him the damn ball. But Nicholas Singleton is a freak, bro. This man can do it all. Now he hasn't had the greatest, rushing rushing yards this year on paper. Hasn't had the greatest, didn't start out very good, but they've been using him a lot more, in the backfield, lining him up in the slot. They line him up, as a number one receiver. They put this man all over the field, and the kid just continues to make plays. Nicholas Singleton is a freak, dude. And if that dude was on the board with the third round pick, I would definitely draft a kid like that. I think this kid has all the essentials to be a number one. Let's see what they say on him. If I can get this shit without. Oh, he's only a junior too. Dual roll back. Yeah, 4.39 seconds. So let's see what his blocking and shit is. Rushing 81, breaking tackles 71, receiving in hands 78%. Okay, I lied. He wasn't like Dylan Labe. Dylan Labe's shit was 94 or 98 or something coming out of the draft. Hands that doesn't get used at all. See, this is where he scares me. Pass blocking 47%. Now, like I said, if he was going to use him as a third down back, I don't think he's that, you know, number one load carrying back. Definitely with 47% pass blocking, that is not going to cut it in the NFL. Um, he's compared to Rashad White of Arizona State, Braylon Allen out of Wisconsin, and Isaac Guerrero, who we will all find out this week if you watch the 49ers, which I don't watch the 49ers, but we will all find out what this kid is made of because Christian McCaffrey came back for the first game and is out for the rest of the season. Also, their backup is out for the season. I don't know why I'm talking about the 49ers, but just because Gerardo popped on the screen. We'll be getting the start for the 49ers this week. Shout out to him. Maybe Dylan Lambe could get some reps out of the backfield. I don't know. But yeah, other than the pass blocking, this kid is a freak of nature. Also, let's see what they have to say on Jaquindon Jackson. I'm gonna try to put this shit up, but these ads are just fucking killing me, bro. I apologize. This has not worked out very well. What do you mean? More prepared, Jimbo. More prepared. Yes, that one. Enter. Damn it, how come as soon as I fucking put it on the screen, the ads pop up? Alright, that's some bullshit. Anyways, Quentin Jackson, like I said, played for Texas. I think for a year, also played for Utah. Defensive rating 96, rusher 90, breaking tackles 77, receiving in hands 65, pass blocking 49. Not very good. Run blocking, which what are you run blocking for? 59%. He has 4.6 speed, 6'2", 233 pounds. Is definitely a workload type back, but he's not, you'd have to have a third down back, obviously, with this guy because not great hands, not very good in pass protection. So basically a first, second down back if you're carrying the rock, right? If you're not running the ball, the man will not be on the field until, at 6'2", 233, right? If you get the right coach and the right system, you can definitely learn to pass block. You have the size. That's definitely big enough. All right, Quindon Judkins. What do they say about my guy? Workhorse running back. 4.49 speed. Age 21 years old. This is absolutely everything you could ask for in a running back coming out of college. Plays at Ohio State, right? Pretty much a college, an NFL ready school. Pretty much everybody that comes from these top schools, Alabama, Ohio State, are NFL ready kids. You can plug them in right away. Defensive rating 76, rushing 91, breaking tackles 69%, not very good, 67% hands, 41% pass blocking, 56% run blocking. Like, yeah, that's definitely a fourth or fifth round back. I am not taking no kid in the third or fourth round, probably a fifth round. His speed, 4.49 speed at 6 foot and 220 pounds is definitely intriguing, but man, if you only have projected hands 67% out of the backfield and 69% breaking tackles, and you can't pass block and you can't run block, bro, your NFL career is probably going to be very, very, very short. They compare him to Bijan Robinson, Rashad White, and Zach Charbonnet, who we don't see very much of. I don't know. What do y'all think? Who's y'all running back? Anybody got any other running backs you want me to look up that you think has a shot on this team that the Raiders could bring in that could help right away? Like, not guys, that are going to have to sit and learn the NFL system. Guys that, you can plug in right away. I only see like maybe 4 or 5. Ashton Genty, obviously, absolutely. You can put that dude in probably right away. I wouldn't give him, 25, 30 carries a game, but he could definitely carry the load right away. I think Amar Hampton, Amarian Hampton, um, Travion Henderson could be that guy eventually. I think he reminds me more of like a Tony Pollard kind of style, kind of runs with the high pad level. Again, David O'Neal. Let's see what they say about O'Neal. 4.5 speed. So 5'11, 215, 4.5. David O'Neal out of Kansas is rushing 94%, breaking tackles 83%, receiving hands 70%, pass blocking 49%, run blocking 68%. Let's see, the problem with that is you don't really know about these guys pass blocking or run blocking until they get into the combine, until they get into the NFL, because they're really not asked to run block or pass block a lot. When you have a bunch of running backs on the roster, you put your biggest, strongest guy in there on pass protection plays. These guys are, in there on first and second down, maybe on third down when you need a big carry, but compared to Audric Estime, which I like, Zach Charbonnet, these fucking flipping ads suck. Strength. He's a natural pass catcher. That's a natural pass catcher with 70% hands. That's not very good. That's awful confusing, too. Natural pass catcher at his best pulling in swing passes and heading upfield. He's a natural in screen game as well. Hands are good enough that O'Neal can line up in the slot. Well, then why do they only have him rated at a 70? Like, so shit. So 69% pass blocking would be pretty good then, right? I mean, I guess that's a pretty good number for a running back. I guess 69% pass, but that was run blocking. Pass blocking was 49, so that's not very good. Neal often thrived in the screen game, transitioning upfield quickly and showing a knack for following his blocks. He has size and strength to pass protect. That's not what the stat up here says. It says 49% pass blocking. I mean, I guess I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Is 50% pass blocking good? That doesn't strike me as somebody I would be willing to put my quarterback's hands in. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. What else he got? Following his blogs, he has the athleticism, quick feet, and functional strength to set the edge in open running lanes. Well, shit. His passing game skills are strong. He's a natural hands catcher who turns upfield quickly in the screen game and has shown a great feel setting up wheel routes. Sounds like Dylan Labe. Fuck, I mean, really? Was it not? His vision is outstanding. Okay, here we go. He has an intent understanding of when to go and when to sit back and wait for blocks to develop. Neal thrives as a one cut back, which most backs do in the NFL. But you got to be able to make that one cut, and if you have to, make another cut. Extremely dangerous in the open field, showing vision and creativity to run through entire defenses. Weaknesses: slightly undersized frame may limit his efficiency as an every down back in the NFL level. Not a dominant power runner, may struggle to consistently move the pile in short yards. That's going to probably limit your shit in the NFL, bro. Pass protection skills need refinement. Well, duh. Could be a liability in blitz pickup. Well, yeah, 49%. Got it. Some of these are fucking stupid and obvious as hell, right? Obvious as shit. All right. There was like 4 running backs. My bad. Back over here. So there was like 4 running backs that I had on the list. And I don't know where the hell it's at. So I'm going to have to go through and do that shit again and just make a video of it. But I have 4 sleeper running backs besides my man Jaquindon Jackson at Arkansas. Some small that were good in pass protection, good hands, and just just Isaiah Pacheco type, players with the ball in their hands. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna have to make a video. What else we got in the news? Oh, all right. So the Las Vegas Raiders have signed a linebacker, and they also resigned a receiver, but not any receiver. They resigned a receiver out of Tampa Bay who was drafted or wasn't drafted last year, a UDFA, who is none other than kin to a legend running back, not only in the NFL, but in Raider Nation. And if you don't know who that running back is, he wears 34 and he had a whole bunch of commercials because Bo knows. Yes, that's right. Cedric Jackson, the great, is it great or great nephew? I don't know. I think great nephew of Bo Jackson is now a Las Vegas Raider, signed to the practice squad. I don't know much about the kid. Watched a couple little bit of film before I came on. What I could see on him in college has potential. Has potential. Holy shit! Didn't know I was so bad in the chat. Why was my chat froze? My bad. I didn't see all these, dude. I apologize. I did not see any of these. Holy shit. My running backs are Dylan Sampson, Tennessee, Ollie Gordon, Caleb Johnson, Iowa, Jordan James, Oregon. We talked about Jordan James. We talked about Tahai Brooks. Ollie Gordon was the one that I didn't mention that I was, he had a pretty outstanding year last year. This year it's just been rough, but the whole Oklahoma State Cowboys have just had a pretty rough season. And when you're having a rough season and you're not throwing the ball downfield, just like the Raiders, you have no deep threat. Guys are going to key in on the run. So I think he definitely has potential. Probably another third round back, probably in that. I don't know. Like I said, there's one player in the first tier, 5 players in the second tier. I think he's right on the edge of that third tier. Like, just because of the season he had this year. But when the combine comes, bro, it could be a whole nother story. So yeah, definitely look out for Ollie Gordon, Oklahoma State. Khalib Johnson. Let's see what they say on this man. I think I just had him on here somewhere. Yep. All right. So Khalib Johnson is 6 foot, 225 pounds, runs a 4.5 40. Blazing speed, blazing speed. He has rushing ability is 85%, 90% breaking tackles. Okay. I like this kid a lot. Receiving hands 65%, pass blocking 61, that's above average. Run blocking 60, that's a little bit below average. Compared to Trey Benson, Florida State, Rokon Johnson, Texas, and Tank Bigsby, Auburn. All right. Man, I would do almost anything to get these ads out of my face, bro. This is ridiculous. Excellent vision and decision making. Hits the hole with authority. That's what she said. And rarely hesitates. That's also what she said. Bowling ball runner with the low center of gravity consistently falls forward for extra yardage. I love it. Exhibiting good initial burst and acceleration. Gets to top speed quickly. I love it. Okay, I'm sold. Shit. I'm going to have to go watch more tape. What's his name? At Iowa? Thank you, LVR. Because I didn't know shit about this kid. I'm going to have to go check it out more. A workhorse back with the ability to shoulder the heavy load. That's what she said. Doesn't wear down late in games. Patient runner who sets up blocks well, allows plays to develop before attacking. Contacts balance is a plus. Routinely breaking arm tackles and stays on his feet through traffic. Solid hands out of the backfield and can be used in the screen game. Weaknesses: long speed is good, not great. Can be caught from behind. Probably not where you want to be caught from on long runs. Pass pro techniques needs refinement. Struggles to anchor against larger rushers. Don't we all? North and south runner who sometimes misses cutback opportunities. Limited, yeah, that could be corrected. Route tree out of the backfield is basic. Not a mismatch in any other passing game. Pad level can get high at times. That's horrible. Let's just skip all that. So damn. I mean, yeah, this sounds like a decent ass running back, bro. Again, shout out everybody in the building. Like, subscribe, follow. Welcome to Raiders Unleashed. I am Raiders Rebel. If you're new to the channel, I don't know who's in here. It just shows a couple people, and not all of y'all are talking. So thought I'd say that shit. But yeah, appreciate that. If y'all want to go find some good tape, my man LVR just named two guys that I didn't know nothing about: Caleb Johnson and Brooks, Taja Brooks. I'm gonna have to watch some tape on him too. Taja the last couple of years. All right, well, let's pull up Taja. See what they say. If I don't have to go looking all over the damn, yep, I'm gonna go looking everywhere for him. Fuck. LVR, what do you think about the latest article? Your favorite person, Antonio Pierce's job, might be in jeopardy, they say. Like, who didn't know that? Latest report coming out. All right, Taja Brooks. Taja Brooks is 5'10, 230, 465 speed. Um, Rushing is fucking ads 88%, breaking tackles 68%, hands 59%, not very good. Pass blocking 68%, that is a huge plus. Jeff projected fourth round. Strength and weaknesses, powerful contact, compact build allows for excellent contact balance and ability to break tackles consistently. Displays good vision and patience to set up blocks, particularly in zone schemes. Well, he's a zone scheme runner, so would definitely fit the system right now. But we don't know where that's going, right? We have no clue. We could be a power scheme. We could be a gap scheme. I mean, fuck, we might not even have a scheme next year. Efficient pass protector with willingness and technique to take on blitzers. Nice. Durable runner who handled the heavy workload, 290 carries in 2023 without significant drop off. All right. Improved production, seasoning showing development, increasing roles, soft hands out of the backfield, providing a reliable catch. Dude, again, they said his catching ability was like 48% or some shit. That's not reliable catchability. Lacks elite top speed, which may limit big play potential at the next level. Not good. Not exceptionally elusive in space, relying on more on power than agility to evade defenders. Oh, so he's like a power back. I got you. Limited experience as a primary receiver threat out of the backfield. May struggle to create separation against NFL caliber linebackers in coverage. Could improve decisiveness when hitting holes. Occasionally dancing behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah, we already have two backs that dance behind the line of scrimmage way too much. Actually, they just stop behind the line of scrimmage. 70% is good. Most elite receivers catch 65 to 70%. Just don't seem that good though. I think 70% wouldn't be that bad. I did check my chat. I just caught up to it. What else we got? Fuck that is erase. Kansas quarterback Ryan a lot. All right, we'll break him down. Give me a second. Wait, is he a running? Is he a running quarterback? Because this is a running back show. Come on, man. I'm one person, bro. One person. One person. If you're the GM, what position are you drafting with the first two rounds? It depends on who's there and where we are. Now, if we're sitting at 2 or 3, I'm taking a quarterback because I mean you got to take a shot, right? And supposedly everybody says the best two. Oh wait, you said if I'm GM? Oh, what? That's big. If I'm GM, yeah, shit. I don't know. If I'm GM, I'm going biggest position need in the first round, no matter who that guy is. Or trading back, if you could trade back and get more draft capital in the first round, if we're sitting at 2 or 3 and somebody wants that spot, I would trade back. But if not, I mean, if Shador or Cam's there, you take a shot on them, right? Everybody says that's the best quarterbacks. We need a quarterback. But I still think, I mean, we need defense. And if I was GM, I would do everything I could to move up to number one and take none other than Travis Hunter. I mean, I would take a shot. When you got people saying he could be the next Charles Woodson, he has that ability. We know his athleticism. He can play offense, defense. You can't really go wrong with that. So if it was me and I was there, I would take Travis Hunter. Second round, I mean, you have to go running back. We have to go. You have to take their best running back on the board because those are the weakest positions right now, in my opinion. I don't think quarterback is the weakest position. I like Aiden O'Connell. So, I mean, it's a tough question. If Aiden O'Connell plays the way he did last week, the rest of the year, I'm saying fuck a quarterback in the first round. That's what I'm saying. I'm going defense, and it would probably be the hell is his name out of Penn State. But again, Abdul Carter. Abdul Carter, 6'3", 259. Absolute beast, bro. Runs a 4.48 40. Come on. This defense needs that. Now that's in between because we don't know what we're doing with Malcolm Kuntz. So like that's I don't know. Ask me that question when the season's over, please. Can you re-ask that question when the season's over? But right now, as it stands, if I was GM, I would take Ashton Genty in the first round. I mean, just pull the trigger, take Ashton Genty, get you your running back for the next, 5, 6, whatever years, however long he decides to play. Take him number one. or Travis Hunter. And like I said, feel the need. I don't know what we're doing with Colton Miller. That's a big if up in the air. Is Munford that guy to take Colton Miller's spot? That's another huge question. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, Travis Hunter, because we need a corner, and he's probably the best corner, in my opinion, in this draft, and definitely can change games at corner. So, yes, we drafted a lot. We have a lot of up and coming guys, you know, but I'm definitely Ashton Genty, Travis Hunter, number one. Those are my first round picks. That's what I'm taking. Quarterback, it's just not the class for me. Like, there's a lot of guys I like, Drew Alar, Roke. I like Sanders. If you let him sit for a year, Cam Ward has, questions on a couple things, but his mobility, his size is good. Again, they're 218-pound slender frames. Kind of scares me. I'd rather have a 6'4", 6'5" quarterback. That's 230, 240 that can take those shots. But like it just depends, man. It just depends. Again, if Aiden can continue to just pick defenses apart and play like he did last week, how could you not consider that dude? Especially if you got Tom Brady in the building and he's supposed to be the quarterback whisperer and be able to read talent and evaluate guys. Well, have him watch some Aiden O'Connell games and see what Tom Brady thinks about Aiden O'Connell, because that might be the biggest question that nobody's asking right now. People can say they don't like Aiden O'Connell because he's a statue, which he's not. They could say he doesn't have a strong arm. They could say whatever. He's 25. He's reached his ceiling. All that bullshit they say about Aiden O'Connell. But what they're not saying about Aiden O'Connell is, what does Tom Brady think about Aiden O'Connell? Where does Tom Brady sit in all this? How does he feel about Aiden O'Connell? And like that could change everything. If I'll talk about it in a minute, but supposedly Mark Davis has a mandate to draft a quarterback. Now, this can change everything, right? We'll break that down here in a minute, but yeah, I'm definitely taking sure thing. I mean, nothing's a sure thing in the NFL, but a Travis Hunter at corner or receiver is way more of a sure thing than taking a quarterback that's not a true number one, that's not just, blowing the doors off of everybody, kind of like Jaden Daniels did last year, in my opinion. But everybody thought Caleb was that guy. But Jaden Daniels was the best quarterback in that draft, and it was by a long shot. I'm with Rebel. For me, the first is Travis Hunter, Mason Graham, or Wyatt Willem. I need to check out this Wyatt Willem, bro. I don't know nothing about this guy. Where does he play at? Where the hell does he play? I'm gonna have to look at him. Mason Graham is another one of those, defensive tackles that has a chance to come out, kind of like Philly did, and get one of those, dominant tackles that can just come out his first year and make waves and turn heads. I think he'd definitely be that guy. So to answer your question, it's really hard. It's really hard. It's really hard. It just depends on how the season ends, who's going to be the coach, where this team goes. Like right now, we don't even know have any idea who's going to be coach or any of that shit, which is scary. I hate fucking not knowing. Our defense was bad this year, hence Mason Graham. We needed a lockdown corner despite Jacorian Bennett. We need a LT for the future. Miller injuries piling up. Oh, I know. Yeah, but he's had some solid ass games. He's only 28. I mean, do you move on from a Colton Miller, one of the only, original Oakland Raiders? That's kind of a toss up. Now, I know it don't really mean shit to a lot of people that he was an Oakland Raider, but to some people it does. That there's not very many left on this team. Do you let him retire a Raider? I mean, he's been a Raider his whole life. 28. I don't know when he's going to retire, but do you keep him on the roster? Or do you try to trade him and get something for him? I mean, his veteran leadership, just to help these young guys we have, could be crucial this year, even if he's not playing. Season if we draft Lennon, the heir to him, behind Miller is a good way to develop. Definitely, definitely. I think like I said, keeping Miller, unless somebody's really crazy about trading for the guy or really trading about getting him on their squad, then I mean you keep him, right? You keep him. He's an Oakland Raider. He's been with the team his whole life. I mean, once a Raider, always a Raider. Just keep him a Raider. He's not. It's not like he's absolutely horrible, and he would definitely be a good backup if we drafted somebody else that beat him out in camp, and he would definitely be good, for these guys to learn from. It'll be our live. All right, for Milam. Oh, he plays for West Virginia, same team as Zach Frazier came from. All right. Oh shit. Since we're on this, let's pull it up. O line. Oh, damn, he's the second best on there. I thought Will Campbell was. I like Will Campbell a lot. Let's see who's better. 6'6", 317, 87.9. Damn, runs a 5 flat 40. Big man got some wheels on them tires. What do we got? Overall rating 87.9. 76 pass blocking, 96 run blocking, 90. Okay, I fucks with that. Draft projection first top 10. Tevin Jenkins out of Oklahoma, who I was screaming at the top of my lungs to draft, but we didn't. Paris Johnson Jr. out of Ohio, and Christian Darrisaw, Virginia Tech. I mean, damn, those are pretty good comparisons. All right. I'm going to have to go watch some film on him. You got me sold, LVR. He looked like Aiden O'Connell, though. Kind of looked like Aiden O'Connell. But yeah, I'll definitely check the dude out. Uh, have to watch some film on him, but he definitely looks like a good prospect, and I think he's moving up because last time I was on this site, I think he was like third or fourth on the board, so definitely moved up. Shit. All right, so the reports are that Antonio Pierce may not be safe with his job. Cody said 265. Where? And it comes down to some things like, but these are all shit we've already talked about, and I'm really kind of tired of talking about Antonio Pierce, whether he's going to be here or not. But the rumors are that there are some things that have to happen for him to keep his job. But at this point, it's looking kind of slim. I mean, there's already talks about it. The people in the building are stressed out. Nobody has any, any information or even any leaks or any knowledge of whether they're safe, whether they're going to be brought back next year, whether they should be looking for jobs. And that's kind of a scary position to be put in. And also, this does not help Antonio Pierce at all. But there is a rumor, and I think it's Albert Greer who put it out, saying that Mark Davis has put out a mandate that the Raiders draft a quarterback in the first round. So there's 8 people in here. Come on, help me out. Let me know what you think about Mark Davis putting a mandate on drafting a quarterback in the first round. Is this a good decision? 1 for yes, 2 for no. I think it's absolutely stupid, and he kind of needs to keep his nose. I mean, I know he owns the team, but just keep your nose out of the business side of it. That's why you brought in Tom Brady as a minority owner. Supposedly, he's supposed to have all this say. Why is Mark Davis supposedly saying there's a mandate that we draft a quarterback in the first round? Now, for me, that means, I guess, more than 2 things. I was going to say 2 things, but it means more than 2 things. But one, it means pretty much you're telling them to tank. Like, I hate to say it, but if you're saying draft a quarterback in the first round and you're mandating your general manager to draft a quarterback in the first round, you're pretty much saying don't win any more games or trade the farm to move back up. So why would you win games that are meaningless is my point. Why would you win games that are absolutely meaningless if you definitely want a quarterback in the first round? Because if we win just one game, like we talked about yesterday, that could put us all the way down to 7th or 8th pick in this year's NFL draft. Now, if we move that far in this NFL draft, we definitely aren't getting Shador Sanders, and we definitely are not getting Cam Ward at that spot. So if we have to draft a quarterback in the first round, is he saying go get a Jalen Milroe or a Jackson Dart and just take a chance, swing for the fences, go get a Drew Alar? I mean, or is he saying, let me know. What do y'all think? What do you think he's getting at saying mandate to draft a quarterback in the first round? Now, again, it's just rumors. There's no actual facts that Mark Davis has actually said this. But to me, it seems like a pretty damn, 4-star rumor, because we all know he wants Shador Sanders. We all know he wants a quarterback of the future. But what this means for Antonio Pierce is it means you're going to have to tank to appease your owner and not win any more football games to make sure you could secure your spot in the draft to get one of these top quarterbacks. And if that's the case, are you keeping him next year? Is that the guy that you have faith in with all the stupid decisions that have been made with the roster, with personnel, with game management, with clock management, with all the stuff that have gone wrong with the Raiders this year under Pierce's guidance? Do you really have faith in Antonio Pierce and Tom Telesco to draft the quarterback of the future and to bring him along? Or does Mark Davis and Tom Brady trust him to do that? So a lot of huge questions we have definitely with this team in the offseason. There's never an offseason where it's just we let guys go, we draft new guys, and we get better. It's always about new coaches, new systems, starting over, rebuilding. And I'm just getting sick and tired of this shit, really. I don't know how I made it a fan this long, bro. Like, is damn. When I was younger, I didn't care. But at 50, man, there's got to come a time in this organization where we have consistency, where we have guys in the building for more than 1 year or 2 years, at the head coaching position, at the offensive coordinator position, at all the positions, running back, quarterback, defensive end, and tackle. I mean, we cannot continue to win like this. We cannot continue to win with Mark Davis, mandating people to draft fucking quarterbacks in the NFL draft. That is absolutely wild to mandate your general manager to draft somebody in the first round. Like, is he doing his homework? Does he know this guy is worth taking a shot at? I mean, I don't know. This shit drives me crazy. So with that, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna get something to eat. Positive necessary. I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna get something to eat. I appreciate all y'all pulling up. Join us tomorrow. Same place, same time. Raiders Unleashed. With that, I'm out. Raiders. Much love, family. Y'all got anything else? Oh wait, I was gonna read this shit. My bad. Calvin Banks Jr., number one rated left tackle. Millennium is more versatile, and as he can play left and right, and he is more aggressive. And Millennium hasn't allowed a sack in 3 seasons. So, I mean, if you're trying to draft the quarterback of the future, do you take a shot on a guy like that? Because that to me sounds like, one of these guys we should have drafted last year that we thought were going to be, number one guys. A lot of them aren't. Mims isn't playing too well. Do you really go offensive tackle in the first round? I mean, if you don't know, now you know. No, I mean, if you don't know what you're doing with Colton Miller, it's kind of hard to predict. But for a first round pick, I mean, that's if you take that dude, that's telling me you're not drafting a quarterback of the future until next year or the year after, that we're trying to build around this team before we get a quarterback. And I'm absolutely fine with that. That means Aiden O'Connell gets a chance the rest of this year and maybe next year to prove if he's that guy or not as we, prepare to build a team for the quarterback of the future. To me, that would be the best the best decision of all. But yeah, this dude sounds like it's absolutely an absolute beast. And I'm gonna go watch film on him as soon as I get some food. To have consistency, you don't hire AP with zero experience. I know, bro. I know. But we rolled the dice. Somebody's probably going to clip that, I'm sure. But we rolled the dice. We took a chance. And look, it hasn't been all bad. Like I said last night, it hasn't been all bad. There are some positives. These guys are developing, right? I mean, look at Jack Jones. Look at DeCamarion Richardson. Even go as far as Sincere McCormick, who I sincerely love his fucking run style and the fact that he's getting on the field. But, these guys are developing under Antonio Pierce and the staff that he put together. And guys are getting better. Now, if everybody was just falling apart and we were getting, 15 fucking penalties a game with 150 yards, giving up first downs and all that shit, yes. But the way we're losing, we're not getting just besides the score, we're not just getting ass smacked out there just over and over and over again. So, I mean, I don't know. I know consistency, but consistency can also be hiring an inexperienced guy that knows football, that is a good leader of men, that has the locker room. Because again, if you lose this locker room by firing Antonio Pierce and bringing somebody in that they're not happy with, it's just a whole nother debacle nightmare that we have to fucking deal with in Raider Nation. Yeah, but that Graham Scott Turner AP, because my money is on Graham and Turner. I mean, definitely it's Graham and Turner because they're the ones out there coaching, and I don't know where AP is. If he's up in his little building looking out his window during practices or what's going on, but it's definitely the whole coaching staff. And I mean, besides Patrick Graham, he did put together most of the coaching staff. Now it hasn't all been great, but guys are developing, guys are getting better, and guys haven't quit. And to me, that says a lot for Antonio Pierce and what these guys think. And I know he's made stupid ass decisions, and I know, and Aiden should have been the guy. AP surprising, suppressing players like McCormick, Labe, Aiden. Um, I know we can go on and on. The Amari Gainer that should have been out there, but look, these guys have to earn their stripes. They have to do the same thing in practice, and we're not out there in practice every day seeing what these guys are doing. So we don't know if they're, if they struggle in practice, if they're consistent in practice. We have, I mean, you might. I don't have any idea of none of that shit. But yeah, he's definitely has hurt this roster. But there are rumors and reports being out there again that Getsy had all the say in whether Minshew started or not. And AP listened to him. AP was like, "You're the offensive coordinator. You're more experienced than me. You know more than me." And he took Getsy advice, and that was probably his first mistake, or probably his second mistake. His first mistake might have been hiring Getsy, going with the your third best option, and not interviewing more people. But that shit's all water under the bridge. We've had a shit season. We are possibly going to have a 2-14 season, one of the worst seasons we've had since 2006. And yes, it doesn't look bad. I mean, it doesn't look good. None of it looks good. But every year, Raider Nation all want something different. They all want changes. I believe in just give the dude a shot. Just give him a shot. Like, we're not going to be good overnight. This team is not going to turn around and make it to the playoffs and the Super Bowl next year. Like, it's not. We are the sixth youngest team in the NFL right now. That is wild, bro. Out of 32 teams, we are the sixth youngest. So patience, patience, trust the process. And you can't trust the process if the process changes every single year. So with that, I'm out. I'm just saying, I don't really care if Antonio Pierce is here next year. Would I like to see him succeed? Yes. But if we can get a head coach that turns it around and gives us a better opportunity to win, then I'm all for it. But until then, until we know the players are going to be good with that, everybody's going to be happy with that. I mean, we don't know. You could ruin a lot of chemistry in the locker room. You could ruin a lot of shit with changes coaches. And again, starting over, starting over, starting over. Everybody wants to win now. Who's to say that if AP gets all the guys that he wants in the building, that we're not in the playoffs contending for a Super Bowl, not this year. I mean, not the following next year, but the year after. We could be. We could be in the playoffs next year if he gets the guys. We don't know. But we won't know unless we give him a shot. But I guarantee you, if we get a brand new coach, it won't be next year. It's probably going to be 2, 3, 4 years down the road. So, I mean, the fact that Antonio Pierce said he's been seeing Sincere McCormick do this shit all year, sitting up in his office window in practice, kind of pissed me off a little bit. If you've seen this guy out there running like he's been running in the game in practice, and you're not calling it and calling these guys and saying, "Hey, let's put this kid in, let's give him a shot." Like, I don't know. Yeah, that lion shit. That lion shit, but bro, every coach lies. It's the NFL. They're the next closest thing you get to a politician. 100%. They all are full of shit. They're all gonna say they stand on business, and that shit got to me too. Like I just said, I don't really care if Antonio Pierce gets fired or not. I'm not standing up for him. I just want consistency, and if he gives us a chance to win, keep him around. If they fire him, shit, hasta la vista. Like, move on. Once a Raider, always a Raider, I guess. But bro, I just want to see this team win. And I think right now, with the lies and the bad mistakes and all the bullshit that's going on, the team is still fighting for the guy. And people that went to bat for him to be here are still in the building. The word is everybody in the building loves him, but that's not good enough to keep your job. And he could be one and done. And if he continues to lose or if he's mandated to go out and get a quarterback, don't look to see Antonio Pierce, our head coach, next year. I can almost promise you that. If there's a mandate to go get a quarterback in the first round, they're probably moving on from this guy. And with that, I gotta go eat. My stomach is growling. It would take Dan Lanning from Oregon right now if he wanted a young coach who can have 5 years. Yeah, but is that fair? Is that fair to go get another coach, a college coach, and bring him in and give him 5 years when you only gave Antonio Pierce a year? Because I guarantee you that college coach comes in not knowing shit about the NFL. Bro, you're not winning right off the bat. You're not winning. You got to build, like, for one, if you're a college coach, you don't have enough guys with NFL experience, probably that you know that you can have to come coach for you and help you out. Like that's another thing with young college coaches. A lot of people don't want to go play with inexperienced young coaches. That's the problem we have with Antonio Pierce. They're like, man, why would I pay with this guy? He don't have no experience. You can also bring in an assistant, Rashard Staples, as Dan in 38. Rashard is 29. Took over as AC when Lanning retires. That's how you build a link tree of stability. Yeah, but we've never had any coaches that we could keep around long enough to build a link tree of stability. A year, two, they're fired. They're not grooming anybody behind them. They're not bringing, teaching anybody their trades or their knowledge. They're out the door. Even Gruden. I mean, come on. Name me this, LVR. Who was the last coach the Raiders had for 5 years or more? Yeah, I know he's a head coach with a winning record, but that's college, though. And he also took over a damn good school that recruits damn good players that has a lot of money that can pay a lot of damn good players. Rashard and Tony over his DC both have experience. I mean, yeah, we could go that route. Definitely. I mean, there's a million things you could do. And I like Dan Lanning. Yes, Oregon's the number one team in the country. You got a smaller quarterback that's a dual threat. You got a solid defense. You got a good running game. I mean, yeah, it all sounds good. But we see what Lane Kiffin did when he came to the NFL. We've seen what Kingsbury did when he came to the NFL. Um, I can't think of more off the top of my head, but the list goes on and on and on and on. Besides Harbaugh, who has already been here and then went to college and come back, a lot of these college coaches take time to transition. Time. You're talking 5 years. In 5 years, there will be no Max Crosby. Like in 5 years, come on, these guys will all be gone. Art Shell, I think, was the last coach we had for 5 years, or a little more than before that time. All right, let me see it. Let's see if Siri knows. Hey Siri, who was the last Raiders head coach to coach for over 5 years? John Madden. John Madden coached for 10 years, 69 to 78. That is our longest head coaching tenure, and it's not even close. It's not even close at all. Holy shit. Yeah, bro. This is the problem with the Las Vegas Raiders right here, dude. Antonio Pierce, 23 to 24. Josh McDaniels, 22 to 23. John Gruden, 18 to 2021. Jack Del Rio, 2015 to 2017. Tony Soprano, I'm just saying, Sperano, 2014. I don't even remember that year. Where the fuck was I high that year? Where was I in 2014? The fuck? Weird. Dennis Allen, 2012 to 2014. Hugh Jackson, 2011. Tom Gable, 08 to 010. Lane Kiffin, 7 to 8. Art Shell, 2006. Norv Turner, 2004, 2005. John Gruden, 1998 to 2001. Joe Bugle, hate that shit. 1997. Mike White, 95 to 96. Art Shell, 89 to 94. 5 years. Mike Shanahan, 88 to 89. Fucking every coach is 1 year, 2 years. Bro, you can't fire Antonio Pierce. You can't. Like, we have to stick it out and give him a couple years. Now, give him one more year. If it doesn't start to show upside and we don't start winning games, then you got to move on. But looking at this is the problem, bro. This is it. This is it. I mean, holy shit, dude. Tom Flores, 79 to 87. So Tom Flores and John Madden, ex-Raiders, are our longest head coaches in the history of this franchise. John Rooch, before my time, 66 to 68. Al Davis, 2 years, 63 to 65. Fuck was I thinking falling in love with Raider Nation? Oh my god, that is so bad, dude. That is so bad. 5 years to build the winning team can start winning right now. I'm saying give him 5 year contract. He's a good coach, record and experience. I mean, I think he's a good coach too, but I think there's a lot of good coaches. I mean, look, Lane Kiffin has NFL experience. Look what he's done over there. I mean, it's not the record that Lanning has, but you also probably don't have the money in Ole Miss that you have in Oregon. I'd be willing to bet on that. But yeah, I mean, look, if you can guarantee me that this guy could come in and change the culture, get guys to play for him and bite in, but I think at this point, it's just hard. It's hard unless you're gonna piss off a lot of guys. And I know Max is gonna play for whoever's in the building until he ain't right. Until he says, "Dude, I'm tired of this shit. I'm out." But with 21 free agents, none of them re-signed. All signs point to the future of the Raiders being a new head coach. And if it is, it is. And if it isn't, it isn't. Like I said, it all comes down to the evaluation. Is the bad, the shit that happened with the injuries, the roster, the firing of coaches, does all that shit equal enough to our 2-10 record? In my opinion, no. Like, we should have more wins than that. But Dan Lanning, the defensive guys, knows X's and O's. I hope that's what X and O. I don't know. Is motivative, knows how to develop the building, staff, knows how to develop and use his players. I mean, yeah, he's got experience. He definitely has experience. Now we know AP doesn't have that much experience. He has a little bit of coaching experience in Arizona. It didn't last too long. You see when Jaden Daniels, you know, when you're gone, you're gone. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I'm willing right now to say let it play out. If this team can upset some people, can win some games, can show that they still want to play for this man and they feel, they can win some games, then he'll be around. If not, bro, he's going to be down the road. But replacing him is going to be hard. I think, I mean, not hard because, he's a great coach, just hard because there's not very many options of people that are going to be willing to come to Las Vegas with all the head coaches that we have. Like that's the reason Antonio Pierce is a head coach. There wasn't many people, beating the door down for an interview. Nobody wants to coach here. Hey, P can't even crip walk. Now that's horrible. That's a firing offense right there, bro. Get him out of the building. Fuck out the building. I bet he could crip walk. Come on, man. He drives an Impala, yo. He drives an Impala. Toshi La the what? The Puai is Laney's DC. Also has NFL experience. Yeah, but you ain't taking that, bro. You're not. Listen to me. You're not hiring a college court offensive or college head coach to come in and run a franchise like the Las Vegas Raiders. Now I know it's been done. They did it with Lane Kiffin, but it didn't work, and that was one of the biggest flops ever. And I think hopefully, if Mark Davis has learned anything in his life, it's bro, don't take a chance unless you know. Now, if you told me you was gonna go get Alabama's head coach, then maybe, right? Because the man's been there, done that for had his team in the top five year in after year in after year in and year out. That's a college coach I would look at, but Oregon's got a great franchise. Yes, they developed Bo Nix. They, another good quarterback they got right now in Dylan Gabriel. But to me, that if I'm GM or the owner, that's wild to bring in a college coordinator, bring in all college coordinators staff with no NFL experience. Like it's just about the trouble we're in. We're just asking for experience. There are Raider fans that want to hire prime time. Look, I don't know. I mean, we hired Antonio Pierce. Could you be opposed to hiring Deion Sanders? I think Deion Sanders has way more coaching experience than AP, and you can see he gets his kids to play for him. He knows personnel. He has the right guys on the field. Uh, we seen we seen last week they were up 21-0. He come out at the half and said, "This is not good enough. This is not up to our standards. We will be better." And they blew him out 58-0. So, I mean, Dion, yeah. The drama, no. Him and his kid, I don't think it would work anywhere. Just my opinion. There's never been a father son coaching duo in the NFL, and I think I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that would work. Him coaching without his kid, I think could probably be fine. Laney started in college coaching career in 2011. So yeah, I mean he's got experience. Laney was on the Alabama championship team. I know who the man is. I know who the man is. It definitely has experience. But like I said, the whole Lane Kiffin experience, bringing in a guy that's a flashy guy tearing it up in college, and then you come to the NFL and just shits the bed. So you know he's not going to go to a franchise that's good that has players, right? He's going to go to a franchise that's probably one of the worst in the NFL. That's why they need a head coach. A franchise like us, do we have a lot of players? Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of guys that we could build around, especially our offensive line. We have a quarterback that we might could build around. We have a running backs that we could possibly build around. We just don't know because they haven't got on the field. But yeah, look, I'm not totally on board with AP. I'm just it doesn't even if it was Patrick Graham was the head coach, or they made Norv Turner or Scott Turner the head coach at this point. I'm just want to see what somebody can do with some time in this franchise, and I think AP will get better. I mean, come on, he was a UDFA. The man knows what it takes to become better, to get better, and it takes work, right? Work, work, work. They're constantly in the building. They're there from sun up to sundown. The man wants to turn this organization around, and nobody wants to do it more than AP. That's what I love. Wait. Let me see. I'm talking about in comparison to what LVR is talking about with the Oregon thing. Shit, did I miss it? Oh, with the prime time. I mean, yeah, Dion, same thing. Another college coach, but Dion played in the NFL. Dion has ties in the NFL. He has definitely, probably a million people he could pick up the phone and say, like Warren Sapp, ex NFL players that he could have come help him coach. Now, Lanning, does he have that pull? I don't know, but I'm not saying that it wouldn't work. I would, dude. At this point, I'll give anything a shot. Like, look, just show me some progress, bro. Just show me progress. Any kind of progress at this point. AP has less experience than Lanning. AP has less experience than a lot of people, but I think this year is is priceless, right? The experience that Antonio Pierce gained this year is priceless. For one, he had to fire offensive coordinator and the offensive line coach and a quarterback coach mid-season, his first year ever. How many coaches have to do that? You have three different quarterbacks in and out of your roster. You've played four running backs this year. Every offensive lineman we have on the roster, like, I mean, this dude is gaining experience that is invaluable. Like, you can't get this experience in college, right? You can't get this experience inheriting a team and turning it around in the first year. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Again, I don't know, man. But I do know that the Raiders win in Tampa Bay Sunday. No, I don't know. But man, I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I got to go get something to eat, dude. My stomach is growling, beating on my trying to get out, get some damn food in here. AP has less experience than a teenage girl who gives hand jobs. Bro, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Why are we talking about this? All right. I'm getting off before I get in trouble. Y'all gonna get me kicked off this shit. Much love. Peace out. Pull up tomorrow. Same place, same time. Um, what are we gonna do tomorrow? What's Wednesday? Wednesday, we might break down some receivers, but I think mostly we are gonna talk about the upcoming game. What the hell? Sorry, I was reading it. About the upcoming game in Tampa Bay. You know, one of those we're on that stretch where I said was going to be a hard ass stretch for the Raiders, but unfortunately, the whole season has been a hard stretch for the Raiders. But we just went to Miami, we came back, and now we got to fly back, all the way back to Florida to take on Tampa Bay. So man, these guys are going to be dying, bro, dying. So yeah, pull up tomorrow. We might break down receivers tomorrow and do Tampa Bay shit Thursday. I don't know. I am very, very unorganized. why I'm not to 1,000 subs yet. But like, subscribe, follow. Appreciate you. I'm out. Peace. Raiders.